G'day, this is Captainoob and this is the 1911 again, but this one's a little bit different. This one is called the 1911 of Freedom, so it's extra American, I suppose. Anyways, so this is a semi-highly customizable pistol weapon that uses the Battlefield 1 animations. There's also options if you're on PC to change it to different animations, but we'll keep the Battlefield 1 ones on because they're cool. Anyways, we'll get right into the attachments, and first of all, what we want to do for the receiver to get the most damage, we put on the Series 70 Mark IV government receiver. This actually changes the color of this thing to a nice black, dark gunmetal grey tone there, which is kind of good. And you can put a comfort grip onto, and that'll actually give you a little bit of a shiny bit there. I'm not actually sure what that is, but it looks kind of cool, so that's fine. It also weighs 1.9 pounds, which is, I'm not sure. That feels kind of light for a little pistol, but yeah, we'll move on from that. Can't do anything with the mags or the sights. You can chuck a suppressor on the muzzle, it'll attach on there. So that brings us to 196 damage, which is very, very respectable for a pistol type weapon. So we'll take this into Gunners Plaza. We'll also grab one without a suppressor, so you can stop yelling at me for not using the weapon loud and proud. Okay, let's get in there. Righto, so here we are in Gunners Plaza, the kill zone of Captainoob, and this is our 1911. We've already seen these animations before, we'll get to them when we do, but turning the camera around a bit, we are playing as Captain Bridget again because the person who requested it seems to like her. So yeah, she's got a new belt because Ira stole her belt, so now she needs a new one. This one's actually got the Gunners skull on the front there, so that's kind of cool. I felt like that fit better. It's from the Pumpers mod, I think it's called. But anyways, let's get stuck into some of these gunners. Now with the suppressor on this, we're getting like 200 damage a shot, or just shy of it. So yeah, this should be utterly devastating so long as we can keep ourselves nice and hidden. And as you can tell, I got a cheeky headshot in there, and that was well over 750 damage, well over 800. But yes, if we just keep this nice and sneaky, we could easily cheese this the entire way, but we're probably going to get detected, and when we do, I'm going to whip out the loud and proud one, because, yeah, we can't all run with suppressors all the time. Well, we can, but sometimes it's not, probably not as interesting to watch a person just cheesing Gunners Plaza with a suppressor all the time. Righto. Let's find out where all our mates are down here. Okay, now we are detected. I'd just like to point out that this thing's rate of fire is actually really friggin' good too. Hey, that one's got rain hair. That's good. Okay, loud and proud time. Now, I've got the Deadeye effect on this just because I think the Deadeye effect is awesome. I usually like putting the Deadeye effect on pistols. Makes a lot of sense for me, actually. I think there's something like that in Red Dead Redemption. I think you can get a 1911. That's one of like the top tier weapons, which is nice. And you can do a whole Deadeye thing. Except it's a little bit different. You sort of pause the game or slow it right down, then mark your targets, whereas this one you just gotta fire using your general aim. Maybe VATS is a more equivalent to the Red Dead Redemption Deadeye. But anyways, if we want to cut this legendary effect nonsense out, all we need to do is hip fire it. And as you can tell, the hip fire of this thing is actually quite good, which is nice. Now, since this is a pistol, it's not affected by any reflex light or anything, but I feel like we're going to get good AP usage out of this thing, so we'll just light this bloke up in VATS. Oh yeah, you get so many shots. That's like almost deliverer level shots, which is great. So you get a really, really strong pistol, and if you can nail those headshots, you get even more, you see. So yeah, this is a really good VATS weapon. Something like the Lucky legendary effect, and I just got a collateral looking about the damage numbers there going off, so that was pretty good. But yes, something like Lucky would go very, very well with this. Now, in terms of crowd control, we are struggling a little bit, and that is because it's relatively low mag size, or actually not relatively low, that is a low mag size, so yeah, that's holding us back a little bit. If we had something like an automatic assault rifle or some description of a high capacity variety, then we'd be getting through these gunners a little bit quicker. But since we have to stop every 7 shots to reload, that is making us suffer a little bit. But luckily for us, we're nice and tanky at this level. Don't need many auto-inject stim packs to keep us going. Plus, it probably helps that these gunners don't hit as hard as Deathclaws in Fallout New Vegas. Alright, that's enough of you tanking my bullets. I'm going to crit you. Okay, so we've got one over there. Hello, me. Meet the real me. This is the synth Captain Bridget. We got to kill her very, very quickly because she's got a nasty damage over time gun. So we're going to crit spam ourselves. Do you guys know that picture? Like that meme for it? Wow, 1200 damage on the critical there. That's massive. But yes, Oh, it's because we went into nerd rage. That was the best trade kill ever, though. Yes, the Gunners cleaning up Gunners Plaza and moving in the new ones, and that timeline would be very, very confused to have two people that look the same be dead near each other. But anyways, yes, as I was referring to a meme, that, you know, the picture where the two Spider-Mans are looking at each other, pointing at each other, it's like the, I think it's like the 60s Spider-Man cartoons, or maybe the 80s because it was in color. Yeah, I was thinking of that just then, and it made me giggle. I like that. That's a funny photo. Anyway, so we'll just go like we were before. This time we'll be a little bit more lenient on the suppressor because we'll quickly get back to where we were. And we'll see if we can go through this entire thing without being detected. Now, I usually get detected at some stage simply because I don't take out my target. Let's get a little bit of a shot on him. Yep, just a one shot with a critical and stacked with a VATS critical there. 1100 damage, so that's good stuff. We'll do that again, why the hell not? And then we'll General Kenobi hello there under this next gunner. Where are ya? Okay, that wasn't quite how I planned it out to be. I think we've cleared out everyone in this initial room, which is good. Okay, we'll move up to this. And we'll quickly sneak around. This one's in a state of caution, so we ought to kill her before she sees us. And now we'll go ahead and slaughter everyone else with a suppressed 1911. Because, yeah, for some reason this thing doesn't have a lot of sound to it, which is kind of strange. Although, I made the Captain Bridget mini-boss really perceptive, so we're probably... Okay, we almost went into danger just then. We just need to duck out a little bit and then pop our sneak attack criticals from cover here. This is the cover mechanic. I don't use it a lot, but it is actually a really useful mechanic. That's one of the things that people are mad about them adding, yet lacking in this game are RPG elements. So, I don't know. I feel like this is a little bit easier to code than RPG elements. You can have both, right? Now we wait for them to show up. These gunners don't really like to take cover. I think that's because their combat AI is a little bit more uncautious when you're not exactly detected. But as you can tell there, with the suppressor, we're absolutely slaughtering through these guys very easily. I even took out Captain Bridget without her shooting me. I mean, the other Captain Bridget, the synth Captain Bridget, without her taking me or, you know, taking a shot at me, which is great. But yeah, that was one of the rare instances where you do die in VATS, and it's kind of weird because the camera sort of teleports like to some sort of weird angle and you go through your death animation. But yeah, that rarely happens simply because you've got VATS defense. But since Captain Bridget's got a nasty damage over time gun, yeah, it's not really helping. Not really resisted by that. Oh, so you've got a rolling pin. What kind of gunner carries around a bloody rolling pin? What's the legendary effect on it? I'm guessing Furious. No, it's a Berserker's rolling pin, so it's not even useful. I mean, you could probably go well enough with it if you had, you know, the sneak attack criticals going, because you can get up to 12 times damage multipliers, but yeah, that's only in a specific situation there. Also, what is that? Is that a... Yes, that's an ARX. Still haven't uninstalled that mod. I like it too much. I should probably uninstall it because the gunners are carrying some of the more powerful pistols from that mod, which probably outclass my own, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. So we are discovering that this thing isn't totally great at range either, and that's fine because it's a pistol with a very short barrel firing small bullets, so you wouldn't really expect it. So be prepared to have a little bit more of a harder time taking out targets from longer ranges, but it can reach out more than a shotgun, so I suppose there's merit in that. And obviously gunslinger will help you out in increasing the range of your weapon. That definitely helps. Righto, we'll move on to a monster of some description. Righto, let's take on Swan, the only man who can beat Frank Horrigan in an arm wrestle. And he has to be a big lad too, because Frank Horrigan's a huge tank man. What a cool character though. He's like a super mutant guy, but he's hooked up to some sort of weird power armor suit that keeps him filled with chems constantly. It's on life support. Man, he'd be scary. That's some person I would not want to mess with. And he'd be perfect for a monster type mod like this, where you can just have a big tanky target. I think he's got like a plasma gun on one arm, which is all mounted in. You can, it's like in his wrist sort of thing. And then you've also got like some sort of spikes on the other end, like big old knives. So yeah, he can have melee and range attacks too, a little bit like Swan, but obviously he's probably not as stupid as good old Swan, but we'll see. Okay, well, looks like we've got a vertibird coming in, and looks like we'll be able to do this nice and easily. He isn't really trying to detect me or anything, but if that vertibird does catch his attention, then we will lose our sneak attack criticals, which kind of sucks. So hopefully the vertibird will sail right over. No, looks like that is not the case, and my game is currently tanking in frame rate because VATS is sometimes like that. So we're getting a little bit better damage now that he is a little bit closer. So again, the range seems to be somewhat of a limitation, more of a limitation than it usually is. I usually expect pistols to hold their damage out a little bit further than that. Okay, so Swan is definitely focused on that vertibird over there, so I might have to shoot that down so I can actually kill Swan properly, because it's really annoying with him not taking sneak attack criticals even though I'm blatantly hidden. He's just in a state of caution, so bugger off vertibird. Ooh, I can't even hit it from here. Okay, his AI is sort of stuck between the Brotherhood guys here and me, and he doesn't really want to move. But since that vertibird is coming closer, sorry Lancer Initiate, but Captain Bridget is a gunner and you have to die. Nobody saw that. I love the Brotherhood of Steel. Wow, this is some autopilot technology. Going down. Mayday, mayday, Black Hawk down. Alright, you're gonna have to finish off all the other Brotherhood dudes there. This is your test, Swan. What are he's doing? Okay, these are only level 17 Brotherhood Knights. Swan will probably cut through them very, very easily. Yep, he basically one-shotted both of them. But now everything's dead, we can go back to sneak attack critting. And all it took was a down vertibird and probably some traitorous nonsense. But no, Captain Bridget's a gunner and they're enemies and stuff. Just don't mind that they were friendly before she took them out. They were definitely bad guys. Okay, so that was the 1911 there. I think I'm going to call it there. You get the general gist of the weapon. It performs pretty much like any other 1911 I've shown on this channel before, but I do like the models and textures. The animations are made by another person, but they do go well with a 1911, giving you that Battlefield 1 feel, which, yeah, not really a fan of that game anymore. I think I've had quite enough of it, so yeah. Anyways, so if you'd like to see this thing in your game, check out the description. I know for a fact that it is on Xbox One because I looked it up before, so yeah, I've done my homework. Thank you for watching, guys. Links in the description.